Hello, everyone. I'm Sign1News anchor Martha Anger. Here's a quick look at the top trending stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment during this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. Vaccine and testing mandates for more than 80 million workers at large companies nationwide were set to be enforced in the next few days, but it has now been blocked by the Supreme Court. What this means is private employers can still choose to have a vaccine or testing mandate, but the federal government cannot force them to do it. President Biden said that he's disappointed in the ruling, but the White House says it still plans to encourage private businesses to voluntarily impose vaccine mandates. The Supreme Court did hand one win to the Biden administration by allowing a nationwide vaccine mandate for certain healthcare workers to go into effect. For the first time in the January 6th investigation, the Justice Department is using the rare charge of sedition in relation to the insurrection at the Capitol. Sedition is defined as two or more people who conspire to overthrow the U.S. government or prevent, hinder, or delay the execution of U.S. law by force. Prosecutors indicted 11 defendants on sedition charges, including the leader of Oath Keepers, Stewart Rhodes, a right-wing extremist group. On November 5th, Rhodes allegedly urged his followers to refuse to accept the election results, writing, "We aren't getting through this without a civil war. Too late for that. Prepare your mind, body, and spirit." Sedition is punishable by a fine and up to 20 years in prison. But it will not be an easy case because sedition is rarely charged and hard to prove in court. The FBI says it is seeing a disturbing number of incidences of violence against police officers, and it's a problem coast to coast. 73 officers were intentionally killed in the line of duty last year, mostly by gunfire, and the FBI says that's the highest number of officer killings in 26 years, with the exception of 9/11. Some in law enforcement tell us they believe criminals have been emboldened by disruption to the criminal justice system during the pandemic. But criminologists say crime is complicated and there is no easy answers to determining the root causes of a rise in certain kinds of violence, including against officers. But police say repairing relationships with the community is a must. Okay, fair warning. This next story is truly disgusting. A 40-year-old man from New Zealand named Zen Wedding noticed his ear was blocked after swimming in a public pool. He went to the doctor the next day and was told it was just water. And after using a hairdryer to blow hot air into his ear, he could still hear water moving in his ear. So he went to see a specialist, and this is what he found: a cockroach. The cockroach was dead, and the doctor got it out in less than 5 minutes. But Wedding says he was completely grossed out when he realized that water he heard in his ear was actually the roach moving around. Ew. But just fun fact, Cockroaches are the cleanest insects in the world. The queen of Instagram, 24-year-old Kylie Jenner, has racked up her 300 millionth follower. You heard that right, 300 million. That makes her a major social media influencer and the first woman to reach that threshold. However, Jenner has been relatively quiet on social media lately. She took a break from posting after 10 people died at a concert organized by her husband, rapper Travis Scott, in Houston last November. And since then, her social media activity has been sparse, including a Christmas and New Year's message. Are you one of Kylie's 300 million Instagram followers? Are you a fan of the iconic mafia movie, The Godfather? The movie opened 50 years ago this spring, and to mark the anniversary, Paramount is releasing the Oscar-winning classic for a limited theatrical run beginning February 25th. Paramount and Francis Ford Coppola's production company spent 3 years restoring all 3 films in the trilogy, which they're releasing on 4K Ultra HD on March 22nd. I am a huge mafia movie fan. The Godfather, Goodfellas are my favorites. That's pretty cool, right? Tributes to the late actor Bob Saget continue to pour in the form of donations to his favorite charity, the Scleroderma Research Foundation, SRF. Saget's sister died from the rare autoimmune disease in 1994, and her death motivated him to raise money for research and advocate for a cure. The executive director for SRF says since Saget's death, the organization has received donations from all over the world, totaling nearly $100,000. And one of the board members has given the charity a $1.5 million grant that will match every donation made in honor of Saget. Wow. Sign1News will be broadcasting updates Monday through Friday. Then this Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, join us for an exciting live panel discussion with a group of BIPOC deaf creators who are heading to the Sundance Film Festival in Utah later this month to discuss the unconscious bias in the film industry and ways to change it. And one award-winning panelist is already making history and changing the game. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone, and you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku.